How to save money on a tight budget in 2024. Before continuing, hi there, and welcome. If you discovered us through this video on this channel, we talk about money, business, and technology. This is our passion. If you're interested in this topic, and especially if you like this kind of content, you can subscribe to make sure you don't miss any future videos. So let's continue. 1. The $5 challenge jar. Meet Anna, a young mom. With only a few extra dollars a week to spare, Anna came up with the $5 challenge. Every time she gets a $5 bill, she doesn't spend it. She drops it in a jar she keeps in her kitchen. Over time, those $5 bills pile up fast. The visual impact of watching the jar fill with money keeps her committed. At the end of the year, she's built up enough for Christmas gifts or a short family trip without touching her main budget. Her story shows how consistency, even with tiny amounts, can make a huge difference. 2. The unsubscribed life. Jordan was struggling with monthly subscriptions that quietly ate into his budget streaming services, gym memberships, meal kits he rarely used. Instead of feeling deprived, he reframed the idea as a life experiment. For a month, he unsubscribed from everything non-essential, kept just one favorite, and explored free or low-cost alternatives. He ended up loving the local library's movie rental selection and took up home workouts instead of the gym. By the end of the month, his monthly savings reached nearly $200. This little experiment made him rethink what he actually needed and cut costs for good. 3. Cook-off Sundays. For Cassie, a student with a tight budget, eating out was a huge drain. Inspired by a friend, she started doing cook-off Sundays. Every Sunday, she and her roommate would meal prep together, splitting costs and ingredients. This way, they got a week's worth of food for the price of just 2 or 3 restaurant meals. The social aspect and the planning turned what felt like a chore into a fun ritual. Cassie's food budget shrank, and her fridge was always stocked. A win-win all around. 4. Turning bills into treasure hunts. I found that hidden expenses lurked in the strangest places. So I made it a game. I reviewed my bills line by line, determined to cut one expense each month. First, I spotted an unused feature on my phone plan, saving me $10. Then I called my internet provider and negotiated a better rate. Month by month, I chipped away, turning it into a kind of treasure hunt. My story shows that even fixed expenses can be trimmed with a little persistence and creativity. 5. Digital decluttering, wallet boosting. I felt my budget was leaking from all those random small app purchases and online subscriptions. So I took a Saturday to digitally declutter, unsubscribing from email lists, canceling subscriptions, and deleting shopping apps I rarely used. Without constant notifications tempting me, my online impulse buys nearly vanished. Over a few months, I noticed my bank balance felt surprisingly healthier. 6. Thrift store style challenge. Ryan, a fashion-forward young professional, decided he'd only buy clothes from thrift stores or on deep discounts for a year. Rather than feeling deprived, he turned it into a challenge, creating stylish looks with minimal spending. Not only did he save hundreds on clothes, but his creativity was also noticed by friends who started joining him on thrift store hunts. He made saving feel cool, and saved big in the process. These stories illustrate that with a bit of creativity and commitment, anyone can find unique ways to save on a tight budget in 2024. Each of these people took something that felt like a limit and turned it into a challenge, a ritual, or even a game. If you're interested in this topic, and especially if you like this kind of content, you can subscribe to make sure you don't miss any future videos.